Welcome back to the 6th week of Fall into Wellness. I'm Steph Paulson, and I also have Chief here and Bonnie, and we are thrilled to continue our exploration on the transformative power of gratitude. Starting a gratitude practice requires time, dedication, and commitment in order to unlock its profound impact on your life. Initially, choosing to see the good out of every situation may be challenging. However, as we train our mind to see the positive in every aspect of our life, we gain the remarkable ability to reshape our reality. This evening flow focuses on opening the front body. A couple of blocks might be helpful, or maybe a towel or a blanket. Let's get started. So we're gonna start in fish pose. Let me show you how to set this pose up with blocks. I'm gonna move this over here, buddy. So you'll have one block. It will go long ways at the tips of your shoulder blades. You'll have the second block up at a higher level to rest your head on. Now, if you're not using blocks today and you have a towel or a blanket, we can still create this shape. So with a towel, I do have it folded, and it's about the width of my shoulder blades. And I'm just gonna roll it up, just so it's a nice roll. And this roll would go on the tips of my shoulder blades. I would rest my head on the mat. So pick something that opens up your heart in a gentle, very supportive way. And I don't know if you can notice, but it is raining outside. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's all get comfortable together. This is fish pose. Now, I encourage you to find a position that you can be at for a minute or two. So arms can be extended in a T position. They can be by your side. You can have cactus arms. And your legs, your knees can be bent with feet on the ground, or you can extend. Explore, experiment, and see what's good for your body. There is no right or wrong. And it's just a gentle heart opener, chest opener. And let's all close our eyes. And let's take our awareness to our breath. Let's keep our mouth closed as we breathe in and out through the nose. And notice the quality of breath. Is it strained? Is it flowing freely? Often we don't take the time to realize how we're breathing. So we're tuning into ourselves. And take this opportunity to be grateful for your breath. Our breath brings us life. Let's release the back of our head onto our block or a mat. Let the shoulders broaden. Let the weight of your shoulder blades rest on the block or blanket. Allow your hips to become heavy. And release any muscles that you're holding on to that you don't need in this posture. Notice the quality of your thoughts. And for the next few moments, let's train our mind to see the positive aspects of what's going on right here, right now. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and blink them open. If your legs are extended, bend the knees so the bottoms of the feet are on the mat. Take one breath here. Roll over to one side so you're rolling off of the blocks. And press yourself up. Go ahead and move the blocks or blanket out of the way. And let's arrive at all fours. Take the wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Lift the right arm up high to the sky. Fingertips reach, press the ground away. Not too much effort, but just a nice stretch here. Thread the needle. The palm of the hand faces up. And you can take your right ear to the mat. You can extend the left arm. You can keep it bent. Or you can take the left arm around the lower back. Find a position that you can be at for a few breaths. Take a moment to notice if your mind is wandering. And let's bring it back to focus. Maybe you focus on your breath. Maybe you focus on the one thing that you're grateful for today. On your next exhale, press yourself up and arrive in all fours. Let's take a moment to transition. Notice how the right body feels, the right side body. Maybe a little tingling, maybe a little bit more stretched out. Let's lift the left hand up, reach high, pull the belly button in as we thread the needle. Palm of the hand faces up. You can keep the right hand on the mat. You can extend it or you can wrap it behind your back. And the left side of your face, ear, head will be resting on the mat. I know with an evening practice, I do this too, is I reflect on my day. And I think that self-reflection is really important. However, it's when we get caught up in our thoughts and we don't let them go or pass by. So we can learn a lot by self-reflecting, but if we dwell on it too long and we get into an emotional state where we don't want to be, it's time to let it go. So this practice is about letting go and bringing your awareness back to gratitude. Go ahead and press yourself up to all fours and just take a moment. All right, cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly button to the mat. Bring the heart through the gates of the arms, and exhale, rounding out the spine, tuck the chin. And let's go a couple more at your own pace. articulating the spine, maybe hanging out at a sticky point. Just making sure that you feel good. Everyone come meet in a neutral spine and come to the long edge of your mat. We'll bring it up to our knees. Let's take the right leg out long. Toes are facing forward. Let's take that left hand up and over. So stretching out the left side body. Spin the heart up so it reaches the ceiling, and your gaze can be wherever your cervical spine is comfortable. Be mindful that your right hand is somewhere where it supports you, anywhere but the knee. Gate pose. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, that right knee comes in. Second side, extend. Left leg goes long. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale, reaching over. Revolve the rib cage, open up the heart, feel the stretch on the right side body. So we warmed up the spine with cat and cows and really nice lateral stretch. Inhale, come back up to center. All right, take both knees together just for a moment. And go ahead and face the short edge of your mat. Let's take the hips back. Your knees can be together for more support on the lower back or a little bit wider for a hip opener. Choose what you would like to feel. Extend the arms, let the forehead rest on the mat, a towel, blanket, or block. And this is where you can really release. Let the forearms melt. Let go of any tension in your jaw or mouth. And let the torso feel supported. And let's just take a couple of rounds of breath here. Child's pose, Balasana. As we inhale, fill your lungs up, the front side, the back side, both sides of the body. And as we exhale, let it go. Maybe you open mouth exhale. Feel the air come in, fill your lungs up, even the back lungs. And exhale. All right, come up to all fours just for a moment. Be very gentle. Now we're going to come down to our belly. So stay on your knees, bend your elbows, and come all the way down. A little bit of a shoulder opener here. Let's bend the right elbow. Actually, let me give you options. I'm sorry about that. So you can bend your right elbow. This is going to be more intense. Or you can straighten the arm to a T position. Palms face down in whatever option you choose. Right elbow is bent or extended. Let's take the left palm of the hand to the mat, bend the left knee, and roll over to the right side. Now the top knee can be bent, or maybe you extend it. So opening up the front side of the shoulder, and you're just going to roll over any amount. One more cycle of breath here, and we'll take it to the other side. Everyone meet in center. Second side, you can keep the left elbow bent or extend it. Bend the right knee, bend the right elbow, press yourself over to the left side. And your top knee can be bent, or maybe you straighten it. Let's roll over to our stomachs. Bend the elbows, place one hand on top of each other, place your forehead on top, and gently shake out the hips. Press yourself up to all fours. Right leg comes in between your hands. Inhale the arms up. We're in a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Feel free to pad the back knee with your towel. And as long as you feel safe, pull the abs in and let the hips get heavy any amount. Be mindful there's no pinching, pain, or pressure in that lower back. If there is, back out of the pose. Lift the heart so there's a small cobra type back bend going on. And feel the stretch on that left hip flexor. One more breath here. Exhale, take the hands to frame your foot. Toe heel the right foot away from the midline. It might go off your mat. Coming into lizard pose. So really opening up the hips here. The palms of your hands can be on the mat. You can drop your forearms down. You can also use blocks. Okay? Make sure that you feel supported. And we'll be here just for a few cycles of breath. Breathe into any parts of the body that need a little extra love or extra compassion. One more breath here. And if you're not there already, come up to the palms of your hands. Toe heel the foot back in. Take the front foot all the way back. Second side. So left foot goes in between your hands. Inhale the arms up, coming into low lunge. Feel free to slide that blanket over if you are using a towel for the back knee or blanket. Pull the belly button in to brace the core. Keep the lower back really protected here. And let your hips become heavy any amount. Reach the fingertips high. Press the shoulder blades into the heart. So a tiny little back bend here. Opening up the right hip flexor. Maybe the left hamstrings as well. One more breath. And on your exhale, take the hands down. Toe heel your foot away from the midline, coming into lizard pose. So your foot is a little bit wider. Maybe it's off the mat, maybe it's mat width. Everyone's built differently. You can take it down to your forearms. One thing I love about pets is they always bring the joy, they always bring the fun, and they absolutely live in the present moment. One more breath here. Go ahead and come up to the palms of your hands if you're not there already. Toe heel your foot back to the midline. Slide the front foot all the way back. Everyone, take an inhale through the nose here. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. All right, walk your knees just slightly behind you, bend the elbows, and bring your belly all the way down to the mat. Coming into Sphinx pose. Forearms on the mat. Elbows can be underneath your shoulders or slightly in front. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Press the shoulder blades into the heart. Your legs are about hip width or a little bit wider, whatever's comfortable for you. So the farther you take your elbows away, the less intense the pose is. So depending on how you're feeling tonight, explore, experiment, what's good for your body. Let's go into a quad stretch. Bend the right knee, and you can reach for the right ankle. You can take the left hand slightly to a diagonal if that feels better for you, or you can keep it in more perpendicular to the top of the mat. If you're clenching your glutes, release, let go, allow. Allow this stretch. One more breath. And release gently. Okay, let's give ourselves a little break. So take one hand on top of the other, place your forehead, shake out the hips. Let's take it to the second side, coming back into the Sphinx. Let's bend the left knee, and maybe you reach for that left ankle. Remember, the right hand can be perpendicular to the top of the mat, or it can kind of turn inwards towards the left corner. So opening up the front body, so we stretch out the chest, abs, the hip flexors, the quads. And this is really good if you're sitting a lot, if you're driving on your phone, at a computer, any of those things. Traveling for an extended period of time. This is a great practice. One more breath here. And release. All right. Let's take it all the way down again and just shake out the hips. Press yourself up to all fours. Now we're going into a deeper quad stretch. If you do have a block, let me show you on a block. You're going to take the block and take a seat on it, so your sit bones are on it, and keep the left knee bent and kind of move it out so it's not directly under. It's more of a hero's pose. And the right leg, lean over and swing the right leg. So the right leg is straight, and start to walk back any amount. Any amount. Maybe you take it down to your forearms. If you find that you're feeling really flexible and don't need the support of the block, you can always remove the block. Sit bones will be on the mat, and you release any amount, okay? So the left knee is bent. Roll in the inner thigh. And on your exhale, release any muscles that you're not using. And this can be a fairly intense pose if you're not used to practicing it. So stay more upright as our body learns this new shape. And just one more breath here. To get out of this pose, roll over to the straight leg side and extend the bent knee. Both legs are extended, give it a little shake. Bend the knees, drag the heels in towards the glutes, and just a nice gentle forward fold. Your hands can be on the mat or reaching for the toes. Let's keep the spine nice and long for this one. Roll the inner thighs down to the mat. Broaden across the sacrum area, the lower back. And release. Second side. You can use the block if that was supportive and helpful for you. If not, we're gonna bend. I have my block back here. Let's bend the right knee. Remember, calf is on the outside of the outer thigh. And start to lean back any amount. You can be on your forearms just like I am. All right, buddy, I need you to move. Right? You can go back all the way, but let's take a few breaths here. Become the observer. Notice what's arising in your mind as we take you through these postures. And just notice. Let the thoughts pass by. One more breath here. All right, in order to come out of this pose, roll over to the straight leg side and press yourself up. Extend the bent leg. Give your legs a little shake. And just like we did before, energetically drag your heels back to your glutes. Knees will bend slightly and hinge at your hips. So just a nice gentle forward fold. One more breath here. And release. All right. Take your feet to the mat, bend the knees. Take your hands behind your thighs, roll down bone by bone. Hug the knees in, gently rock and roll side to side. Really feel that massage on the lower back. And let's just go into a simple twist. Take the arms out to the side, palms face up. I like to take my feet down and slide my hips over to the left side. Let the knees drop to the right. Your gaze can be neutral or over the left shoulder. So twists really help neutralize the spine. And this will be the last pose before Savasana. Inhale the knees up. Place your feet on the ground. Realign the spine. Take a moment to pause. Slide your hips over to the right side. Knees drop to the left. And take your gaze maybe the opposite way. Start to release, let go, and allow. Attract more goodness into your life, more love into your life. Each and every one of us is love. Each and every one of us, we are light. Keep shining bright. Keep being true to yourself. Keep searching for gratitude in every moment. Let's take the knees back up to center. Slide the hips back, realign the spine. Take a moment to pause. Let's spend about a minute or so in Savasana. If you prefer to take a longer Savasana, just press pause. If you prefer to go immediately to bed, that's okay too. That's a great idea. We can take our feet out mat width apart, let the knees drop together for constructive rest. Take your arms by your side, palms face up. If you prefer to go into traditional corpse pose, extend the legs. Let everything become heavy. Eyelids become heavy. Let the tongue slide away from the roof of the mouth. Let the shoulders melt onto the mat. Become really heavy in the hips. And release any muscles, any thoughts, anything that doesn't serve you. Release and let go. Savasana. Start to deepen your breath and bring your awareness back to the present moment. Notice how your body feels. Notice the quality of breath. Remind yourself what you are grateful for. It could be this practice. It could be your breath. It could be that you were able to practice today. All right, blink your eyes open if they're shut. Bend the knees, place the feet on the mat. Roll over to one side. And press yourself up. Come into a comfortable seated position. You can take your hands to your lap or heart center. Fantastic job today. It was a joy and a pleasure to lead you in this evening flow. My name is Steph Paulson. You saw Chief around and Bonnie's back here as well. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Until our paths cross again.